Go to 64 here. In a previous video, I showed you how you could set up a Factorio server on Amazon Web Services. And I now have that server running on this instance. I set up the instance as a T2 micro type, which has 1 GB of RAM. As your Factorio factory is growing, you may find that 1 GB of RAM is not enough. And then you could upgrade the instance to a T2 small, which has 2 GB of RAM. But that would cost more money, so we don't want to do that until it's actually necessary. So what we would like to do is monitor the memory usage and get an alert when the amount of available memory is getting too low. But as you can see down here on the different statistics, we have statistics on CPU, network, and disk, but there's nothing about memory. So fortunately, Amazon has created some scripts which we can use to get memory statistics. So we would like to get a command prompt on the instance. Last time I used the default SSH client available from here, but this time I will use the program PuTTY, which gives a slightly nicer user experience. So now we are connected to the instance. And I put a link in the description of the video for a page where Amazon describes how to use these scripts. But the first thing you need to do is install some programs that are needed to run the scripts. And you do that by running this, but since I have already done that, there's nothing to do. But if it was the first time, then you would see some programs being installed. So now what we need to do is download the actual scripts, and I will use the curl command for that. So now we downloaded the zip file with the scripts, and then we can unzip it. And then we can remove the zip file. So now the scripts are located here. But in order to run the scripts, they need some credentials from a AWS user that has access to run scripts. So we will go to Identity and Access Management and select Users. So these are the users I have created. I will select this user, which I know has the necessary access rights. This one has admin access, so that is sufficient. But of course, if you want to have a higher level of security, then you should create a user that has only the necessary access rights for running scripts and use that instead. But I will use this user for now and just select Create Access Key. And then we can download the credentials. And I'll just open it in Notepad. So these are the credentials we need. I'll let you see them this time. I'll change them afterwards, of course. So now I will use WinSCP to connect to the instance to make it a little easier to do editing. So what we need is a copy of this file, and it should be called .conf. And then we can edit this file. And here we need the key ID and the key. So the key ID is this. And this is the key. And we save that. So now we are actually ready to execute the script. So the script we're interested in is called mon-put-instance-data. And the statistic that we are interested in is how much memory is available. So that's called mem-avail. And now we can see it has successfully reported the metric to CloudWatch. So let's have a look at it. So we need to go to CloudWatch and browse the metrics, and we find it under Linux system metrics. And this is the one. Now I've been using it previously, so that's why you see a lot of historical data. But anyway, we're not interested in just manually executing the script every time. We need to see the available memory. What we'd like to do is have it run automatically every 5 minutes. So we can do that by scheduling it with crontab. So you write crontab-e, and this opens your crontab schedule in an editor, which by default is Vim, which is a little strange to use, but you first press I to get into insert mode, and then you can write your command. And in crontab notation, every 5 minutes is written as */5 and then 4 stars. This means run every 5 minutes. And then we need to run the script as before. And then you press escape and then :WQ to save and quit. And now you can see what you wrote by using the -l command. So now we've set up this script to be run every 5 minutes. And let's wait a little while and see if we get some data. Now some time has passed, and we can see that we are actually getting some new data every 5 minutes. And what you see is the amount of free memory measured in megabytes. So currently there's plenty of free space on the instance. But a graph is nice, but we don't want to sit and look at a graph all day. So what we really want is to get an email notification if our instance is running low on memory. So let's set that up. So to do that, we first have to go to SNS, push notification service. And here we create what is called a topic. So the way a topic works is that whenever you send a message to a topic, then that message will be distributed to anyone that is subscribing to the topic. So one message can go to multiple recipients. So let's create a topic and call it admin alerts. And now I would like to get an email whenever a message is sent to this topic. So I have to create a subscription. And here I select email to get an email message. And I'll send it to my email address. And now we need to confirm that we want this email. So there should be a message in my inbox now. And here I simply say confirm subscription. And that's it. So now if we refresh, we can see that it has been confirmed and is ready for use. So now we have a topic and we've subscribed to that topic. So now the last thing we need to do is have an automatic email sent to this topic if our instance is running low on memory. So we go back to CloudWatch and select our metric again. And then we click on Create Alarm. And we call it Factorio low memory. And we want this whenever the memory goes below 100 megabyte. And when this happens, we want to be in the alarm state and then send a notification to the topic that we just created called admin alerts. And we can see that this will send an email message to this address. So now we simply click create alarm, and now it has been created. And we can see that at the moment it's not alarming, so it says OK. But if our instance now falls below 100 megabyte of free memory, an email will be sent to my email address to inform me about it. So that's basically how you can monitor memory on Amazon Web Services instances and have automatic alarms sent to your email. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching.